Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I'm here for my weekly update, and it's 9 months. 9 months as of the 29th. And I started this journey at 321. That was the day that I went to my weight loss surgery seminar. And I lost quite a bit before the surgery. I got down to, I think I was 288 the day of surgery. So I lost a good bit of weight before the surgery. But the point is, my high was at 321. And this morning, I weighed in at 208.5. I can't remember the last time I was at that weight. I really can't. It had to have been high school. And I'm 8.5 pounds from being under the 200 mark. And I probably will bawl my head off the morning I reach that. Because I never thought I'd get to that point again. I got a lot of things circling my mind today, and so I may end up having to do more than one video. I did one a little bit ago, but for some reason it's not coming out right, so I'm trying to redo it. So I've been kind of doing a personal inventory. I've been trying to catch up on a lot of you guys' videos and watching, and remembering what it was I started. When I started the surgery, what I wanted to accomplish. And, it's more than just losing the weight. That obviously was the main goal. However, there were a lot more things that I wanted to accomplish on top of that. I went out with some friends this weekend. They have 2 daughters, and I used to nanny for them. And I talk about them a little bit in the very beginning when I worked for them still. And I love this family. They're a neat family. I miss the girls so much. But I was miserable. And it wasn't necessarily because of them. It was because I was miserable with me. I've been going over my old videos and looking and seeing how far I've come. And I couldn't move. I could barely breathe. I felt suffocated emotionally and physically. 321 pounds on a 5'4" frame is suffocating is the right word. I was suffocating myself. I couldn't enjoy playing with the girls. I couldn't enjoy playing with my family. This weekend we went and they hadn't seen me since the surgery. It's been almost 9 months. And I was overwhelmed. Because I didn't even think about it. I was running with the girls. I was climbing up on the jungle gym, jumping off the thing like I was 5. Swinging from here to there. I wouldn't have thought twice about sitting out for that before. Oh no, you go ahead and play, I'll watch you from here, blah blah blah. Oh no. I was climbing up that thing and running around with them and going down the slide and even now, all this weight loss, my first initial thought on the slide was, am I going to be able to fit around that thing? I still feel like I'm big, even though I'm not as big as I was. So it's gradually changing. Life is gradually changing. I have to re-evaluate how I'm thinking, how I see myself, all the things that have changed inside as well as out. Like I was saying, I was doing a personal inventory, and I remember last video I was mentioning about I'd lose a few pounds, and then I would sit there for a few weeks, and then I'd lose a few more pounds, and then I would sit there. And I suppose at this point of the game, it's probably going to happen. However, after doing a personal inventory on, what exactly am I eating, how often am I exercising, am I following the quote-unquote rules? And for the most part, I am. But I can see trickling in, I allow myself to snack on things that, no, they may not be that bad, but I could have made a better choice for a snack. Something that would be feeding my body better nutrients. And I don't do it a whole lot, but enough that it might be affecting the weight loss at this point. And at this point in my journey, I'm not ready to plateau off yet. I'm still 70 pounds from my goal, or at least the doctor's goal. It's hard for me to have a small goal like that because I've never been that small. So I'm kind of going by the doctor's goal and seeing what happens. But I mean, there are times, I watch a lot of you guys' videos, and I wonder, the ones that are farther out than I am, they're talking about struggling with what they eat, and I don't know sometimes. I sometimes allow bites just to satisfy that craving and not find myself going overboard. If I allow myself to have it a little bit, I don't feel like I'm depriving myself, yet it's not going to affect me a whole lot. Like my husband will get something for dessert, and I'll have a bite or two of his, and that's it, and then I'm satisfied and we're done with it. I know that when I completely eliminated it, I did. When I finally let myself have a bite or two, I wanted more, and I kept going overboard, and I was like, I ended up getting sick because I did. So I found for my peace of mind, I would allow. And then I find I don't even like it. And so then that's fine, and I'm done. So I don't know. It's just some thoughts that are kind of bouncing around in my head, and I hit a new low today. I can't remember the last time I was 208 and a half. That's it. I can't even remember. But I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad that the scale's still moving in the right direction. I feel stronger. I feel healthier. My life is totally changed. And it's all for the better. I'm going to continue this on another video because I don't want to go over time. But thanks for hanging in there with me, guys, and listening and letting me vent. And I'm trying to keep up with everybody. There's so many of us now. It's hard to keep up with all of us. And I'm trying real hard to get to everybody and leave a little message on every video that I've watched. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, I'm working on it. So, alrighty, I'll see you in part 2.